Hey everybody, it's Rob here. We finally got some new updates for the season that's starting here in a few hours. We finally got the Nightmare Dungeon rotation, and we also got confirmation where we're gonna find the new uniques that are coming here with Season 3. And boy, there's good news. I'm gonna have the blue post here by Passradar linked in the description. And we have the Champions Demise dungeon back. So this has been a pretty crazy dungeon. If you guys have been around when Diablo 4 released the first time, we actually managed to get world first 100 in here. And this is basically the dungeon where you can triple split in a party. And this is gonna be a part of the Nightmare Dungeon rotation here. And I already started making a tier list. I'm gonna put that in the description as well. And I kind of like got the most important parts here outside of this like 20 plus Nightmare Dungeons that we got here. It is going to be the best for leveling, for group, and for party. I still have some sorting to do and some more testing, but the top S spots we already checked out. So it's going to be a Champions Demise dungeon. This one is best for parties. It's located right here in the dry steppes, and yeah, you can basically have the 3 pedestals and you don't even have to complete the dungeon. People were just farming the triple split, and XP is always zone wide, so you can like triple split with a group of people and get some insane amount of XP. So that's basically the best dungeon for party play, is the Champions Demise. And then we are also getting back another fan favorite, which is the Blind Burrows. This one has loads and loads of spiders. And was the best dungeon to level up with when you were playing alone. And it's located right down here in Havza, Blind Burrows. Spiders, and those spider holes, they explode and create even more spiders. This is also going to be insane for loot here for solo players. Then we have Uldur's Cave, another like fan favorite dungeon. This one is in Kyrgyzstan here on the left side. Uldur's Cave, many of you might remember. This is basically the dungeon that gives the most XP, like for the total run. There's like really crazy monsters in there that give just tons and tons of experience. And then we also have the Mariner's Refuge. This one I think was in Season 1 a Nightmare Dungeon, and this one also has a ton of density and can also be split farmed very well in parties. Good for party. I'm going to add this note here. And then this is the S tier. These are like the top dungeons. If you get any of these keys, those are really insane. We also have some good A tier. Goa Ruins are going to make a combat really fast dungeon. Uldur Wood is really good as well. Good density, big trees, chargers in there, lots of XP. Deserted Underpass also has a bunch of spiders, really good for XP. Mercy's Reach is really good to be farming like veiled crystals and like just items in general. Also crazy density, and Deadman's Stretch is also a really good one. I still have some sorting to do on the rest here, but those are looking really, really strong. Gulrams I think was also like one that's very easy to complete, for example. If you just want good for XP, I think this one here. Because you don't have to kill a boss, so you can get your glyph XP. And I think Goa Ruins is also like really good for XP. Good XP, good mats. Like things like this basically, right? Like we'll be updating the link a bit. But that's not the only thing we've got. We have also gotten the confirmation that the boss drop table and all the new uniques are gonna be dropping from the Beast in Ice. So this is the one that you're gonna be farming. And good news, they updated this in the patch notes as well, where the Beast in Ice is basically also dropping like more, it's easier to access, because if you're doing Nightmare Dungeons, you're getting these materials, I think the tiers to access the Beast in Ice, and those are also dropping more frequently. And all the new Uber uniques, such as the crazy Coronet for the Sorcerer, the Meteor Helm, or the Ring of Revenants for the Charged Barbarians here, proccing bleeds, or the Druid Lightning Storm Legendary Glove. And there's probably a bunch of others like for generators, but those are the 3 big ones. So you're going to be hunting and you're going to be farming the Beast in Ice. It's also going to drop Hellhammer basically for upheaval buff, so that's also in the loop table. And yeah, you can probably also get the new unique gloves here that buff your basic skills if you're into that. But I think like the real 3 like hot items are these 3 here. So yeah guys, farm Nightmare Dungeons, get your Beast in Ice materials, really sick. And they also confirmed that the increased cap for item power on world bosses has been adjusted to now reflect, like you basically can't get a 925 item like on your low level character on a world boss. But if you are Like, you know, below level, above level 90, you're gonna get some pretty good loot, and it's gonna be amazing. So I will still be working a bit more on the Nightmare Dungeon, so the Nightmare Dungeon tier list, Nightmare Dungeon tier list. There's double dungeon in there. But yeah, man, Champion's Demise got me really hyped here. I think this is an incredible dungeon, and I will quickly show you. Like, I'm in the Champion's Demise right now with my pretty crazy character. I don't know, like I'm playing upheaval right now or something. I tried some stuff. But there's basically, like, this is going to be an insane dungeon for leveling. And there was actually a leveling strat. People, like, split farmed this one here as well. I'm even on World Tier 1, so it's not a Nightmare Dungeon right now. Oh, there's a Butcher, he's dead. Nice. So yeah, there's basically these, like, loops here, and you want to be, like, basically killing all these spiders, and we're going to be probably charging. Right now, charge isn't buffed yet. So we're going to be charging around in these dungeons. Like, you enter here, you go to the middle, your pedestals, and then your objective is basically to get a pedestal. I always recommend, like, going down here as well, like when you're farming this for XP, because there's always an elite here. And keep in mind, density in Nightmare Dungeons will be way higher than it is right now. And this pedestal is going to give you a bunch of movement speed as well. It's going to be really helping if you're not, like, a high level yet. So you can basically rock this one. And these guys here, they all give a ton of experience, so you definitely want to be killing those. And then just, like, return to the middle. And you basically would be doing this, like, going one side and then picking the pedestal, going back the other. And you would basically be doing this here with a party, but you can also do it alone and just go to the other side and keep going. But, like, just keep this pedestal with you, because it's going to give you an incredible amount of movement speed, basically. And yeah, you'll just, like, farm like this. And you'll get the same thing, like, 3 ways. And there's going to be a pedestal somewhere down here after we get killing all these spiders. And there can also be spider hosts, and there will also be events here. And if you ever have an event in a Nightmare Dungeon for experience, you definitely want to be doing those too, because they're just adding to your total XP of the dungeon. So you can be crushing this. And yeah, this is basically how the dungeon will look like. So there's another path up here, and this one you're going to go back here. So really insane. And I'll quickly show you, for those of you who don't know, like, how we would farm blind Burrows, because this one is also insane. Again, Champion's Demise is not the best dungeon for solo, but this one here is the blind Burrows. This one spawns all the spiders. Can also be split, like, very well in group. But we're just gonna head there real quick on our horse here to the blind Burrows. This is the other, like, top-notch ST dungeon that people, next to, like, Uldur's Cave is also really insane. That one's on the left there in Kyrgyzstan. But this is, like, the other one that people really, really liked, because there is such an insane amount of density. Obviously, like, here is just a normal dungeon, so it's not gonna have the same density. But you're basically just gonna go in, and I mean, it's gonna be a Nightmare Dungeon portal, so you're just gonna be ported right instantly into the instance. Sirocco Caverns is also really good, but it's not in the rotation this time. So we go right in here, and this is the dungeon of Season 1, guys. Everybody was blasting this one. And even on launch, I think on launch I even found Paragons in here, because this is just so good for solo players, because you're just, like, getting so many targets, and you see all these spiders here whenever you kill, especially the spider hosts. Like, you see, they're just dropping, like, more and creating, like, more and more spiders. Like, here, these dudes. See, like, they die and they give you more spiders. And obviously the density is gonna be, like, double than what you see right now here, because, again, the Nightmare Dungeon rotation is not active yet. So you're basically just gonna have a great time, like running through this. And you can finish the dungeon as well. I think in the end, like, leveling your glyphs and stuff, you also want to be finishing the dungeon. But you basically, your only objective is to slay basically spider hosts. And they're producing more and more spiders here for you. So this is just gonna be insane. I think density is also low because for some reason I'm on World Tier 1, but doesn't matter. So I just want to show you the layout, and, like, this is, like, going to be an insane amount of spider density. And then usually the exit is going to be, like, up here on the right or on the left, or the boss entrance, and then there's going to be a boss for you to fight at the very end. But many of you who have been around, like, when the game launched, like, these were, like, the normal dungeons people were farming before even Nightmare Dungeons. Before any of these were even in the rotation. Was these? I'm not even sure. Like, was these Nightmare Dungeon? I mean, definitely was in the Nightmare Dungeon rotation. Maybe it wasn't even Season 1. Maybe it was on launch. I think it was pre-season Nightmare Dungeon rotation, right? This one. And then you basically just go up here, and there's another like bunch of spiders, and again the density is gonna be even way higher. And then you're just gonna have to kill a big spider. You see, it's very efficient, very fast dungeon. You probably wanna zigzag runs through the middle there. And yeah, there's just so much stuff, and especially when you have your charge with the new patch, you're just gonna be like charging through these. And there's lots of small spiders to hit, so your charge is gonna have many targets, and that's basically dungeon completed. I've never done this one, so we're getting the Tempest, yay. So that's the other like S tier dungeon, and yeah, I'll keep building up on this tier list. I just wanted to get you out these news here, these updates, because lots of people have been asking what's going to be the nightmare dungeons for leveling, and where are we going to get the new uniques. And now we know, guys. Beast in Ice, Champion's Demise, Blind Burrows, Uldur's Cave, Mariner's Refuge. If you have those keys, keep them. Also, Goa Ruins, Uldur Wood, Desert Underpass, Mercy Reach. These are really insane, really good glyph XP. Hope you guys enjoyed this overview. I wish you very good luck in the season. Take care, my friends. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.